you're still like riding the fun Jupiter wave of it all. Like you get to kind of call the shots. You're like, what do I want to do? You might buy a house. You might
really?
like Venus was conjunct Neptune and Pisces in your 10th house, which is literally like fame. You're being pushed onto a pedestal and it is going to last. Okay, big news, you guys. I'm doing my first ever live virtual show, and it's happening on Tuesday, May 13th. I'll be doing a live birth chart reading with a surprise celebrity guest. And if you grab an after party ticket, you'll get to ask us anything as we spill even more tea. So grab your ticket using the link, and I will see you there. Next up, we have my friend, Jake Shane. Yay!
I'm so excited.
Here. We're going to do a live birth chart reading, so stay tuned. Welcome, Jake.
Thanks.
I'm so excited you're
here. I'm so happy to be here.
Thank you for joining.
Last time I saw you, I made you give me an impromptu reading at the dinner table.
Yes, I was going to say that we've already done this before.
Yes.
I actually have your chart still saved on my phone in the Time Passages app. And I was like, I already know your chart, but we can go a little deeper.
This is way more intimate. We're not at a dinner with a million people.
With a million people.
Yes.
I loved that, though. And in case you guys don't know Jake, he is a podcast host and a comedian. Hilarious. He's on a massive tour right now. Forbes 30 under 30.
Yes,
That's iconic. That's huge. Streamy nominee, and the list goes on and on. Now actor.
Yes.
That's
I just announced that yesterday.
Congratulations.
Thank you. I'm so excited.
Do you love the show?
It was my favorite show before I did it, and then like I talked about how much I love the show, and then I got lucky enough to audition, and
that's so amazing. I love that show.
It's my favorite show.
Everything. It's so good.
Hacks is probably my favorite show on television right now.
Yeah, it's so good. Are you allowed to like say who you're going to be playing?
Yeah, I'm playing the social. Are you caught up?
I'm caught up.
Okay, I'm playing the social media coordinator for Deborah Vance's new late night show.
Oh my gosh!
Yeah, it was fun.
That's perfect.
It was really fun.
Oh, I'm so excited.
It was awesome.
Yay.
It was so fun. Oh, like they're just such a good casting crew. Like it was perfect.
Wait, so you already wrapped?
Yeah, I shot over the course of a few days.
Oh, okay.
And it was. They're super on it.
Damn.
They have an incredible work ethic. And I think it's because the cast and crew is so close that they're just able to
like, let's just do it. Oh, good for you. Did you enjoy it? Do you like
it was the best day of my life. Best few days of my life.
Yeah. Wait, this just reminded me. Also, I have ADHD, so I'm like always jumping all over the place.
Don't even worry.
Like 100 conversations going at once.
Don't even worry.
You were Jimmy in Thoroughly Modern Millie. I was Millie.
Were you really?
Yes, in the 8th grade.
What did you? Oh, the only song I remember that is "What Do I Need with Love" or something.
Yeah,
he sang that in the jail cell.
Or Jimmy, oh Jimmy, your song.
I sang that.
Well, no, I sang that.
Okay, right.
Sense, but
and then are we sitting together?
And then I don't remember.
And then I remember like the initial dance. Like,
yes.
God, I loved that.
I loved it too.
I loved doing that.
You posted that on TikTok recently or something, and I was sitting there.
I need to find a video of me. I need to find an old.
I'll find a video of me. You find a video, and then let's merge them together.
Yes, I need to find it. I really do.
Okay, so let's talk about astrology.
Please.
Okay, before we get into it, tell me a little bit about your relationship with astrology.
I know the very basics. Like I know I know my rising, my moon, and my sun, and I know what it means, and that's that.
That's great.
Yeah.
That's a fabulous place to start, and we can go a little bit deeper then. So you know you're a Scorpio sun.
Yes.
You know it's in your 6th house.
I don't know about any of that.
Perfect. So Jake, let's start with your big 3. You already know you're a Scorpio sun.
Yes.
Gemini moon, Gemini rising. But we can go a little deeper with the house placements. And for those of you guys watching that maybe don't know, the sun is where we shine. It's where we feel our best. It's where we feel confident. And it's actually who we're becoming.
Right.
So we're like tapping into the energy of the sun every day. The moon, most important planet. It's our emotions, our mental health. It's how we literally nurture ourselves. And then the rising sign is how we move through life. Like that is what motivates us. That's how I see you. That's like how you show up every day. You're a Gemini rising and moon.
Yeah.
So like you're moving like a Gemini, but you also nurture yourself through Gemini themes, which is storytelling.
Okay.
And communication-based projects.
Uh-huh.
So
that makes sense.
Right?
And that's how I feel better about myself.
Your moon is living in your 1st house.
Okay.
So that actually does tell us a lot about how you can nurture yourself and therefore feel better about yourself. The 1st house is the house of self. It's actually where we were born. That's where that birth time matters. But the 1st house is all about like our ideas, our creativity, it's like really electric. It's almost like we're turning a light bulb on.
Right.
Like it's the beginning.
Yeah.
New projects, new inspirations. So when the moon is in the first house, there's a lot of emotions there. Think of it almost as like the moment you were born, you were like hugging the moon. So it's like you were born and like the moon has always been with you. It's such a part of your identity, and like you're bringing the energy of the moon with you every single day. Which is why I think also you're so comfortable talking about like your own mental health and like sharing that journey. That's the moon. It's a non-negotiable for you in this lifetime to have a close relationship with your own emotions and your mental health experience. And you're healing others when you talk about that. Does that make sense?
Yeah, that does make sense.
But then the Gemini of it all. So like that's, again, with the Gemini is a social butterfly.
Right.
Geminis, think a computer. It's like they're always downloading data and numbers and stories, but they have to export or they break. So with Gemini, like you're literally here to learn and then to share with other people and connect. So you're learning a lot about, I mean, everything. This isn't just about mental health. The moon can also represent like our intuition and spirituality and our home and our safety.
Right.
But like you're learning a lot about those things in this lifetime, and then you're meant to share it and help and heal other people.
Right.
But it's not a walk in the park, to be honest. Like you have the moon with you all the time, which means you're very hyper aware of your emotions.
Yes.
They exist.
Right.
They're there. And the key is that we already know you're doing, so like that's good, is processing your emotions, doing things like therapy, taking alone time for yourself, even though the Gemini will continue to be like network, like, chat. And then, but the moon is there. So it's like, okay, but like we have to also go learn and make sure that we're like clearing out our system.
With that, when I do alone time though, I usually like to watch like TV. Like I don't really like to be alone with my thoughts. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay.
And that's the Gemini of it all too, which is it's a very activated sign. It's like always going and learning. So however you nurture yourself, but as long as you're nurturing yourself, literally. So that you can show up and continue to do all of the like amazing Gemini things that you're doing, which is very literal.
Right.
Like the tour and acting and connecting to people, and like you're just such a natural socializer, but the introverted side is still there too.
Right, it is. Yeah.
It's like we need to pause. Naps.
Yes, I take a lot of naps.
Love.
Yeah, I love
that.
to nap.
Yep. Then you have your sun. So you're a Scorpio sun, which Scorpio, I call it the haunted house sign. It's the sign where like we're going deep.
Right.
Think investigator. It's the rabbit hole sign. Like they love to know everything.
Yeah.
They're the information queens. Like they just know it all. But they have to kind of similar, like I call it the haunted house sign because it's like they're going a bit deeper than everyone else.
Right.
And while most people don't want to go in the haunted house, Scorpios do. Or they're going in anyway. So like you might as well enjoy it. So doing things like, like this, astrology, spirituality, meditation, yoga, therapy, like again with the mental health aspect of it all.
Yeah.
But passion. That's like my favorite word to describe Scorpios. Like they are just passionate, little intense.
Yeah.
Because they're so passionate. They know what they like and they get whatever they want because they always have eye on the prize. So that's
love that.
Scorpio. It's in your 6th house, which is the house of mental health and therapy. And it's like physical health and wellness as well. So when the sun is in the 6th house, the sun is where we shine. The 6th house is our efficiency, our to-do list, our schedules, our errands. Like it's literally how we run and operate. So you shine when you're busy. Like it's like you're better when you're busy. You're always going to be busy, by the way. So I hope that you enjoy that.
Really?
Yeah. You're always going to be busy.
How do you know that?
Because the sun is only getting bigger and brighter and stronger, and it's living in your 6th house. So it's like you're tapping into the power there.
Okay.
Yep.
That makes me happy. I hate not being busy.
Yeah. More opportunities always. Again, honestly though, I will say this, you already know this, but like the moon is the most important planet. So as long as you are napping and nurturing yourself and still allowing your system to breathe, the sun shines even brighter.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Amazing. That's really good to know.
And the 6th house is work opportunities too.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I wasn't surprised when I saw it was in the 6th house because I was like, that makes so much sense because I do feel like you're all like, even with the hacks.
Yeah.
And like now we're in the acting world and podcasting and touring, and it's like, you shine here. So it's like there's always going to be more opportunities and cool things that are like coming up for you.
Right. Oh, that makes me happy to hear.
Good. Let's go a little deeper.
Yes.
Yeah?
Yeah.
You also have Mercury conjunct your sun in the 6th house, which means a lot of those work opportunities are going to be through your voice, through your ability to storytell.
Okay.
People want to listen to you. And so it's just going to continue. Yeah. That's like the sweet spot of your chart.
So it's like if I'm in control of like my narrative.
Yes.
Okay. Got it.
Because it's with the sun. So the sun is exposed, right? So it's like people are viewing you. And then because Mercury is there as well, it's sitting so close to the sun, it's like they're not only seeing you, they're hearing you too.
Got it.
Yeah. And with the Scorpio, like that's kind of like the color. That's like the font.
Right.
We're going deeper. It's like you're not just here to do like surface level stories. Like we're going to really pull off the Band-Aid. We're going deep. We're talking about wounds, therapy, the dark, deep stuff.
Okay, I love that.
Yay. When the moon is in the 1st house, by the way, like your superpower is literally your emotions. Like it's the most important part. So again, like processing your emotions, but also like intuition, clairvoyancy. Like you definitely can tap into some like, do you have a strong intuition?
The strongest.
Yeah.
But sometimes I get it confused. I have really bad OCD and anxiety. So I'm like, wait, is that my intuition or am I just anxious? So I get it confused.
Yeah. And again, the 6th house is the house of mental health and therapy. So like just kind of validate. This is why I love astrology too, is like instead of beating ourselves up, like, oh, is it my OCD? Is it my ADHD? Is it my intuition? Trust that like you're meant to kind of learn what is what. Like that's a part of your chart. Like you are, it's okay to have a lot of feelings and emotions. It's your superpower and you're vulnerable.
I am so vulnerable.
Also great memory. The moon in the 1st house is usually really great memory.
I used to memorize library cards when I was younger.
What?
I know. I used to like memorize. I was so random.
That's so funny.
I know. But then when I started smoking weed all the time.
Yeah.
I stopped. I stopped. I haven't smoked in like 4 months, but I would like forget everything all the time.
You'd forget. Yeah. I think Mozart had his like moon in the 1st house. I don't know. Some like crazy. Okay. And again, very creative because the moon rolls our imagination.
Right.
So having it in your 1st house, like that's why it's so important to process your emotions so you can have a clear head and so you can create.
Yeah.
And remember your like visions and ideas.
Right.
So let's talk about love.
Okay.
I think we talked about this last time.
What did you say?
I don't remember. I wish I remembered.
I don't remember. It's probably better that we don't remember.
It's probably better.
Yeah.
But you have Venus, which is the planet of love, beauty, art. I mean, Venus is the planet that spoils us, like nice things. You have that in Virgo, which it's like acts of service. Love language is like helping. It's totally, I mean, Virgo is the sign of perfectionism. It's very orderly. It's very efficient.
Yeah.
So when we have Venus in Virgo, it's like, it's not that we're, it's not that it's difficult to find partners. It's like you get to be picky. Like it's like, you know, you need someone that's going to come into your life and like either match you or bring something to the table. Virgos really prioritize like hard work and discipline and structure.
Yeah.
And Venus, it's you, but it can signal like what we're looking for in a partner. And because it's in your 4th house, that is the house that represents our foundation. It's our physical 4 walls in the home.
Right.
I think I remember telling you this and you like laughed and you were like, Ally, have you seen like my apartment? Like, no. And I was like, wait, you're going to have like a beautiful like home. Like if you don't already one day, because Venus is nice things, interior, like it loves like cashmere and things that just like feel really good and expensive. Love. Yeah. So Venus in the 4th house. I do love expensive things. Yes, you get to have nice things.
I do.
And like your home will be a showroom. Like you want to bring people over.
This is so good to know. I'm so messy though.
I know. I remember you saying that.
Yeah.
Which is funny because Venus and Virgo isn't really messy, but like. This is what's fun about astrology is that there's so much that like you're so young. You haven't tapped into all of this yet.
Right.
You know? So like there's still so much in here that we get to look forward to and even like the partner that you'll attract. You're single, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've never had a boyfriend.
Never ever?
Never ever.
Oh.
Yeah.
I think that like the universe, it's wild. I mean, I just believe this. I think you probably do too, but it's like we're meant to meet the right person at the right time.
Yeah.
And Venus in Virgo in the 4th house is like it's going to almost feel when that comes in, by the way. The fourth house is very watery,
right?
Which means it does have this feeling of fate, and it has the feeling of like, just like going with the flow and like serendipitous almost.
Right.
It's like it'll happen when it's meant to. And they will bring a lot to the table, literally, like candles and like really pretty, like, I don't know, maybe it's like they're a chef or they're just an interior decorator in some way. But like they're going to come into the house and make it smell really good and bring really nice, lovely things into the home.
I'm excited.
Yeah. Which is great too if you ever want a family and you want to build a foundation with someone. Like Venus in the fourth house is like great at that. Mm-hmm. So that's good.
That is good.
All good things. Also, you're just gentle and charming and sweet. Like people feel like you're the home, like when they're around you.
Oh, that's nice.
Isn't that cute?
That is cute.
I love that. That's the fourth house. Okay. This is the most like Jake placement, I think, in your chart. It's you have Jupiter and Aries, but in the 11th house.
Okay.
Jupiter, think Venus, like what we were just talking about Venus, but like higher octave. Jupiter is wealth, abundance, expansion, opportunities, like all good things. And then the 11th house is where we see social media. It's where we see community, friendships, social groups, work opportunities. It's a very positive house. So when Jupiter is in the 11th, like you make friends everywhere you go. Like everyone is your best friend. And also like you are building your own community in this lifetime.
Right.
Which we already know like you have. So like that's just cute. But Jupiter is never done growing, kind of like the sun. Like you're tapping into that power, but like Jupiter only brings blessings. So Jupiter in the 11th is like, just trust that like you are meant to be idolized and loved. Like people want to love you. Okay. Let us love you.
That makes me feel good.
Yeah.
That makes me feel good.
And like you're allowed to have a lot of friends. I would say the only thing with Jupiter is we can feel overwhelmed.
Yeah, I do. Sometimes I feel a little overwhelmed.
Especially with the moon in the first house. So it's like, again, Jupiter's in the 11th. You're meant to have all these connections. You're meant to do that. But then the moon also, again, most important. So like allowing like.
Right. I was about to say like.
Alone time.
But then when I'm alone, I'm like, I want to go back to being busy.
Mm-hmm.
It's weird.
That's the sun in the 6th house, that kind of like push and pull of like, no, I shine. I feel my best when I'm working and when I'm showing up and I'm doing things. And that's the fun part of astrology, where we get to like recognize, okay, I can have it all.
Right.
Like it's all equally important. And all the planets are working together at the end of the day. They're all on the same team.
So, but like when the way the planets like move, like does that affect like how, like you could like, you know, is that like you can tell like what we have experienced or what we're gonna experience as well? Yeah.
So what I'm looking at for you is your birth chart, and basically here, I'll show you a little photo of it. I'll show you. It's a little like snapshot of the sky at the exact
time
moment
that I was born.
Yep.
Okay.
And think of it as like, I call it our little cosmic blueprint for life.
Okay, I love that.
It's just a little tool.
Yeah, that's super cool.
Okay, big news, you guys. I'm doing my first ever live virtual show, StarStruck Live, on Tuesday, May 13th at 6:30 p.m. Pacific, 9:30 p.m. Eastern. And you do not want to miss this. I'll be in the studio with a surprise celebrity guest for a full birth chart reading, live, which means anything can happen. I can't say who it is just yet, but trust me, it's a good one. And the best part? You get to be a part of it, no matter where you live. You'll be able to chat with me in real time, send in questions, react live, whatever your chart needs that day. And if you grab an after party ticket, you'll get to hang with us after the show. Ask us any questions you want and hear even more tea. So hit the link, grab your ticket now, and mark your calendars for Tuesday, May 13th, my favorite number. I'll see you there. Where are you from?
I was born in LA, and I moved to New York when I was 2, and I grew up in New York.
Oh.
Yeah.
Whoa.
I know. A lot of people think I'm from LA. I mean, I spent a lot of time here growing up.
Yeah.
But like I would spend a lot of summers here growing up.
Yeah.
But I know I'm from New York, essentially.
Yeah. Okay, that's cool. Yeah. So did you always like love entertainment?
Always.
Yeah.
I grew up watching like reality television, like VH1, MTV. Like, those were like my things. And and I just like I always wanted to do that.
That's
to like be like performing. I always wanted to perform.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. Leo, North Node. The North Node's my favorite thing because it is our purpose point and it's all about our destiny. I call it the queen bee in astrology because it represents where our souls are going and where they've been. Gets a little like past life.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
And your North Node is in Leo, and Leo is the performer. It's the sign of fashion, sports, art, music, musicals, TV. Like Leos are ruled by the sun. So they're literally just here to like make people feel good and to make them like to entertain.
Right.
And
I mean, I am my happiest when I'm like on stage and
Yeah.
entertaining and like something like it's like a good show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So with the North Node, it's literally the idea that like you've never mastered it before in any other lifetime. So in this specific lifetime.
Oh my goodness. How
Isn't that
fast. So like in
fun?
all my past lives, I've wanted to do this, but I haven't been able to.
Yeah,
Okay.
exactly. Or it's something where so opposite Leo is Aquarius, and that means in your past life that you were perhaps let's just like I love thinking about this, but Aquarius is the sign that's like all about the collective and groups of people. So maybe in your past life you were like a politician, or you were like showing up for the community. You were president.
Oh wow.
Like that was maybe not president, but like you were really concerned with like the betterment of humanity.
Right.
Like you were an
Okay.
activist.
Okay.
And really concerned about others. And that does not at all mean that that's not the truth for you now. In fact, it means that's kind of your comfort zone, is caring for people,
Right.
having this deep empathy, wanting everyone to get along. But the North Node in this lifetime is in Leo. So you're actually learning in this lifetime how to show up for your dreams and your goals and how to be seen. Because in your past life, it might have not been super, like, that wasn't a priority. So in this lifetime, you're being led to master the art of being seen.
Oh, I love that. And
Yeah.
you believe in past lives.
Mm-hmm.
What?
I do. Do you?
I want to.
I want to too.
I want
know.
to. I
Some
mean,
days
I
I'm
think
I
it's
don't
like
know.
the only thing that like you can like. I feel like it like helps you like process like death and
Yes.
life, and like it's like the only thing you can.
Yeah.
You know.
It's called an astrology. So there's so many different branches of astrology, but I love its evolutionary astrology, which talks all about how like this is your birth chart in this lifetime, and then you can do your evolution astrology, which it's like a puzzle,
Right.
and it like pieces it all together, and it's like, oh, of course you were born with a Gemini, where you're like this air sign, which is like so communicative, so social, so smart, because you already mastered that Aquarius energy in your past life, which is naturally really the smartest sign. It's very connected to people. So it's like, it's wild how it can kind of show where we have been and like
Right.
our sweet spots, like where we feel really good and where we're going. So the North Node, like that little thing right there, is showing us like, okay, we know, like looking at your birth chart, that's the queen bee. All the planets, like they're all on the same team. They're all working together, but they're all working to get you here, which is your third house, which is where we see podcasting, which is where we see stories and writing and like songwriters and singers and actors and like people who are performing.
Right.
And then it's in Leo.
Okay.
So
Amazing.
like you're literally, you're mastering or working on it. Like we already know you're working on it, but like, you're on the right path.
Okay, that
Which
makes
is always
me feel
good
good.
to know.
That makes me feel good.
You guys can look at too, if you're at home watching, find out where your North Node is in your birth chart, and you can see, okay, that's like the direction that I'm meant to
Okay,
follow.
I really like that my
Yeah.
North Node is in Leo.
I
like,
love
makes
that
me
for
feel
you.
like I'm doing the right thing.
You are doing the right
Yeah.
thing. Okay, so Jake, you gave my producers and team some dates.
Yes.
So I looked at the astrology of
Okay,
those
I'm excited to
dates.
hear what
And I
was
don't
going
know.
on.
So I'll like tell you then what the astrology was, and then you tell me like what the event was, because I don't know like
Okay,
what actually was going on.
Right.
Okay, so first we have December 2017. Okay.
Yes,
Oh no. Okay.
The worst.
Oh no.
It's just like a bad time.
A few things. First of all, you were going through your nodal return. So what that North Node that we were just talking about, all about our destiny and purpose, you were going through its return, which happens like every 18 years. And basically what that means is it's a huge life moment where we're really faced with like, what am I doing here? It can feel a little existential. Like it can have that feeling because the North Node is all about our purpose and our destiny. But The thing with nodal returns is it is completely out of our control. It's like that is the universe kind of moving and shifting things around to get you into the ultimate best place where you need to be. So if things like, say you're in like at the wrong school, in the wrong relationship, like whatever's going on during your nodal return, you can kind of trust that the universe will figure it out and like fix it. Will fix things. But it is where we do see new beginnings, completely new, almost like identity shifts. Like we're becoming, we might have completely new hobbies, or there's just a new like way that we're viewing life. And again, it was leaning into the Leo part of your chart. So it might have felt a little bit too like, with Leo energy, we can be hard on ourselves because it's like we're always exposed. So there's a lot of pressure to be perfect and to look good and to make sure that we're doing a good job. But ultimately having a nodal return happening in Leo, the universe is like, okay, how is Jake prepared for what is coming? Like, how can we get him into the best possible situation?
Right.
And then the only other thing, which I feel like the nodal return is the big one, but Jupiter was also in your 6th house, which can overwhelm remember the 6th house, health and wellness, physical, mental, all of it. When Jupiter is a good planet by nature, but again, he can kind of expand things. So that might have felt either overwhelming or like within the mental health of it all or physical health. But ultimately, Jupiter wants to bring you work opportunities and wants to make sure that like, okay, hey, we need to check in on our system because I want to bring you work opportunities, but I can't if we're not functioning properly, basically. Okay. Overall, the theme I would say from like that time is like you were really just going through a change almost within your identity or getting real about who you are and who you're becoming. Okay.
Yeah. I went through like a friendship breakup at the time.
Oh, okay.
So, but they were like my best friends for like a while. So I don't know if it was very hard on me. Yeah, it's what's worse. But like it was meant to be like whatever. But like I just remember like not being super happy at the time.
Whenever you go through a friend breakup or even like meeting people, like I'm not saying to just trust everyone you meet. Obviously, again, Scorpio, trust you can smell bullshit a mile away. Like always trust your judgment. But Jupiter in the 6th house is bringing you just so many people where it's like, okay, we don't have room though. Like we can't fit everyone at the table. It can be good and bad, right?
Yeah.
Like that's kind of the vibe.
Well, I look back on it now and I'm like, thank God. But yeah.
That's interesting because it definitely like the astrology of that time too was more, it was like, I mean, it was all about you. So like trust too that even though it felt at the time like, I don't know, relationship-y, like that type of energy, which I don't know. Then we go into like, again, the Gemini rising and Gemini moon of it all, which is like there's always a lot of people around.
Right.
It's not just you in this lifetime, but nodal returns, like the universe was like, wait, okay. Let's shift because they're not going to actually help Jake. They're not going to help him be successful. They're not going to help him with his career.
Got it.
So like, I just feel like, again, during nodal returns, it's like, just trust that like whatever happens is meant to.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
February 2023, Jupiter return. Love. Jupiter, again, positive, opportunities, expansion, abundance. When Jupiter returns, it's like we're getting just this magical dose of energy. Again, with the like overwhelm of it all, it can feel overwhelming, and it's happening in your 11th house, which means, again, friendships, communities, social groups. Like there's just a lot of people knocking on your door, and you're like, whoa, okay. But Jupiter returns are usually very positive and usually very uplifting, magical almost, and just lucky. Like things are working out.
Yeah.
Luck with work opportunities, social groups, potential for fame and social recognition.
That's when my stuff really blew up.
Love.
Yeah. So that would, it like happened over the course of like 1 week.
Love. That's crazy.
Yeah.
In February.
It was the final week of February, first week of March.
Okay. Because, so Jupiter returns, they can happen. Jupiter hangs out in a sign for a year. So like the year 2023 was magical. Again, not every day is going to feel, if you're going through your Jupiter return, like I don't mean like every single day is going to be like bliss, but in the grand scheme of that year, very positive. But, okay, so in February, Venus was conjunct Neptune in Pisces in your 10th house, which is literally like fame, literally like recognition, exposure. Like, you're not like getting lucky. Like, you're being pushed onto a pedestal and it is going to last. Like, this isn't like a 15-minute of fame
Really?
type of vibe. Venus, adoration. We love Venus. When Venus is placed in the 10th house, people want to listen to you. They want to look at you. They want to see you. They want to be your friend. Then it's conjunct Neptune, which is where we get the like consistency, because Neptune, I call Neptune the LA planet. That's entertainment and art, and it's not real.
Right.
It's fake. And so when Venus is conjunct Neptune, it's just a really powerful moment. And it was happening in your 10th house, which is the house of fame, and in Pisces, which rules entertainment, and it just feels everything. And I love to know, but like, did it feel almost like fate, or did it feel almost
it felt
like
fate? Yeah, like fate. Like, oh my God, I was meant to do this.
Yeah. That's
and thank
so
God
cool.
it happened.
Yeah. Yep. That was really the moment. I mean, that was just such a, like, that whole year.
It was like the best time of my life, seriously.
That's so cute. And I love that, because the astrology totally aligns with that.
Yeah.
Like, I was like, okay, if you say that this was negative, then like,
no, I don't
believe in astrology
no,
anymore.
That was like the best time in my life.
March 2023. Mars in Gemini, first house, busy. Mars is the planet of action.
Yeah.
Like, when Mars enters the first house, because remember, the first house, that is new beginnings, new opportunities, also our literal like energy, the way that we get up in the morning.
Right.
Mars is the fastest moving action, go, like a little fiery. So when Mars enters the first house, it's go time. It's like, we're busy, but we also like, it feels right.
Right.
But yeah, so you're busy, new opportunities emerging. You're on your toes a little bit. It might have been difficult because Mars was on top of your moon. So like, that can feel like they're just so different. Like the moon wants to nap and Mars is like, we've got shit to do.
Right.
So I'm sure like you were probably emotionally like, okay, how do I do this?
Right.
But Mars was like, don't worry, like, it's fine.
Yeah.
We'll figure it out as we go.
Right.
February, we had the Venus-Neptune conjunction of it all. Magical, beautiful fate, like, yes.
Yeah.
The next month, Saturn enters the picture. Saturn joins, and Saturn is like the dad. Saturn is like, did you do your chores? Have you done your homework? Like, he's the realist and doesn't really love Pisces, because Pisces is like, do, like, nothing matters.
Yeah.
And Saturn's like, we have to do things.
Right.
So when Saturn entered your 10th house of career, it's good. It's like, okay, we can't live in fantasy land. Like, we need to maybe get a manager. We need to maybe get people that are checking on our finances. We need someone who can like make sure that I'm not like getting taken advantage of in this industry. And it can put pressure on things too. Like, it doesn't feel fun. Like, the Venus Neptune was fun, and then Saturn's like, okay, we have to get serious now. Like, this is work. We're working here.
Yeah.
It's still there, by the way. Saturn has been in your 10th house since March of 2023, and he's still been there, which is like, think about, so in the past 3 years or 2 years, think about like in the grand scheme of everything, just Saturn, he does renovations. So he's been doing that with your career.
Got it.
For the past, like, however, since March 2023. Now he's like adding the final cute touches. He's proud of the work he's done. He's like, wow, that renovation project was beautiful. I'm so proud of myself. Let me do the final touches. Here's a candle. Here's this. Here's hacks.
Yeah.
Right. So it's like Saturn's proud of the work that he's doing. And now he's just, making sure that everything is where it needs to be.
Got it.
But it's not just like, oh, everything looks good. It's like, no, we have a good team that we trust. We have our finances are protected and organized, and our mental health is where it should be. Like, Saturn checks in on like every area.
Right.
So yeah, he's there for a few more months to just make sure like everything is set, but he's been helping you. He's
that's
ultimately the planet of like mastery.
And what happens when he leaves?
Then he'll be going into your 11th house.
Okay.
Which is where we might see, then he'll be doing some work on your friendships.
Okay.
Personal, and I think like fan base, community wise. Saturn, again, like his intro into a house can feel more like dramatic. It's interesting that February came first, because that makes sense, that it's like, oh my God, yay, like all of my hard work is paying off. This feels great. And then come March, it's like, okay, but time to get serious. Like we have, and it's great Saturn showed up because Saturn, he's all about commitment. He is all about making sure that things are in place so that your career only grows.
Right.
Saturn wants things to be perfect. He wants, so like the fact Saturn is even in your 10th house still right now, he's making sure that you don't fuck up. He's like making sure. So I think that's why you're even feeling a little like anxious about that, is because Saturn's still in your 10th house and he knows he has to do a good job, and he knows that like we worked so hard to build what we built and like we want it to grow. But when Saturn leaves your 10th, it's going to feel like a breath of fresh air.
Really?
Yes. It's going to be like, wow, I just like worked my ass off. Like, holy shit, can I just like take a vacation and celebrate all of the hard work that I've done?
I do have a vacation planned in June.
Literally perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then Saturn will be moving into your 11th house, but it'll be on top of Jupiter. So I think this next kind of 2-ish year period is going to feel more, Saturn is now working on your community, but it's with Jupiter. So it's all good things. It's not your Saturn return.
Okay.
It's really just like, he's still working with you. He's never like leaving you. It's just like, okay, the career house is great. Now we need to move into the friendship zone and make sure like the right team is here. And honestly too, probably even working on your own, like how to navigate the balance between like your own mental health and like your social battery, things like that. More work opportunities. I think you're going to be traveling to more foreign abroad places as well.
Okay.
Because Saturn focuses on things, and it'll be on top of Jupiter, which is the planet of foreign travel and expansion.
Oh, okay.
So I think that you'll be like getting work opportunities abroad.
Oh, I love that. I am planning to tour in like Europe for a little.
When?
In fall.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Yep. So yeah, there we go. So that's good. So yeah, all good things. You do Saturn natally always, for you by the way, is always doing work in your 12th house. So we're talking about like the current astrology and how it's affecting you. But in the grand scheme of your life, Saturn's always in your 12th house, which is the house of spirituality. It's the house of like Buddhist monks. And it's like meditation and Zen and like astrology, foreign travel. It's very eat, pray, love. So because you have Saturn in your 12th house, like Saturn always wants you to remember to like pause, isolate in a healthy way, like escape in a healthy way. It's kind of really important. Yeah. So that's just where Saturn is always doing a little bit of his work. Okay. Current astrology.
Yes.
This year is going to be another super busy and explosive year. Okay, well, Jupiter has been in Gemini for the past year, which has been a very explosive year for you, like opportunity-wise, which is what Jupiter does. You're a Gemini rising, Gemini moon. So Jupiter has literally been on your ascendant. It's as if you've had like Jupiter literally in your pocket, and just it's a luck charm. Like we're getting good opportunities. We're expanding our brand. We're expanding my career, everything. So that's leaving, but it's going to be going into your second house of money and business and income.
Oh, great.
Yes. When Jupiter was in my first house, transit first house, that's when I like met James and like we fell in love. We were like going to Tulum. So it was like that whole just like whatever. I'm just gonna like ride the wave and have fun. But when Jupiter went into my second house, that's when I was like, okay, astrology is my passion. I started my astrology business. And just got serious about like the work that I'm doing.
Right.
So you're still like riding the fun Jupiter wave of it all. Like it's still going to be really positive, but it's going to feel more
purposeful.
I think it's also just going to feel more like you're in control.
Okay.
And like you get to kind of call the shots. You're like, what do I want to do? You might buy a house. You might
really?
You might buy like a new car. The second house is where we make like big life purchases and like it's things that we own. It's the material world.
Right.
So I think you're going to get like, I don't know, just like cool opportunities, maybe with like stylists and like to just like feel really fabulous.
Yeah.
Yeah. So all good things.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Good. That makes
and
me
I think
happy.
you're going to also have almost like a spiritual awakening, which I'm sure you've already had a few as a Scorpio sun, moon in the first house.
I think I maybe have.
You might just feel a little bit like, just like more spiritually, I don't know, like higher conscious way of thinking.
Right.
I don't know. Trusting yourself more, your intuition, things like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I love that.
Any questions about anything upcoming?
No.
Okay,
no.
good.
That was seriously so super therapeutic.
Good.
Yeah.
I love that. It is therapeutic, isn't it?
That made me feel really good.
Good. Like
Yeah.
you're not crazy.
Yeah.
Like you're right where you're meant to be.
Right.
Blame it on the stars when in doubt.
Do you do that a lot?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yes. Oh, yeah. But I've gotten better.
Right.
Because I think as an astrologer, it's hard because I want to like control, like, oh, I shouldn't make that. I shouldn't travel that time because like Mercury's retrograde, or like I shouldn't do that because of this.
Oh, okay. Interesting.
So it's not like great if you are already an anxious person,
Right.
but I've worked on that a lot. And just like I have to live life and like use it as a tool and like for more like personal self-development too.
Right.
I think. Yeah.
Yeah, 100%.
You don't want to ever, like, astrology should not incite fear
Got it.
in any way.
Got it.
Like we could be aware. Like we could be like, oh, like my ex, it's Venus retrograde, like an ex might pop up. Like we can be aware.
Right.
Like we shouldn't fear it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Love
There's just
that.
no reason to.
Yeah. I'm definitely going to text you.
Please do.
Questions.
Yeah. And now like when I've seen my friends' charts, it's like there. Like
Right.
it's stuck. So it's like I'll text you too if I'm ever like, oh my God, like you're going to get good news soon.
Oh, please
Yeah.
do text me that.
Love.
Please.
Well, thank you so much for joining
Thanks
me.
for
This was
having
so
me.
fun.
I love you, Ally. This
I
was
love
so
you.
fun.
This was so fun.
I'm so
You're the
happy we
best.
finally did this.
Me
This
too.
was like super, you like made astrology like super like, sometimes it's confusing to understand, but you made
Yeah.
it super like accessible to understand.
Thank you.
Yeah. it
That's
was-
I love that.
yeah, you
Should be.
did a phenomenal job.
Thank you.
Yeah. Love you.